Japan, often referred to as the land of the rising sun, is a nation celebrated for its fusion of cutting-edge technology, deep-rooted traditions, and breathtaking natural beauty. These elements collectively make it one of the most sought-after travel destinations, drawing millions of visitors annually. However, Japan's openness to the world is a relatively new chapter in its long history. For more than 2 centuries, spanning from the 17th to the 19th century, Japan enforced a strict isolationist policy known as Sakoku, completely closing its borders to foreign influence. During this period of seclusion, the country experienced a cultural renaissance, economic expansion, and societal transformations that laid the foundation for many of its enduring traditions. How did Japan transition from this era of isolation to becoming one of the most dynamic and globally connected nations? This is the story of Japan's remarkable evolution. The Japanese archipelago has been home to human settlers for approximately 40,000 years. The earliest inhabitants, arriving from mainland Asia, introduced agricultural techniques and metalworking, which paved the way for the development of stable communities and the first kingdoms. By the 3rd century AD, Japan had consolidated into a centralized state centered in the Yamato region, ruled by an emperor. Over time, the nation absorbed influences from neighboring cultures, notably with the introduction of Buddhism from Korea in 552 and the adoption of Chinese-style governance through the Taika reforms of 645. In 794, Emperor Kanmu established a permanent capital in what is now Kyoto, ushering in the Heian period, a golden age of Japanese culture. However, as the imperial court became increasingly engrossed in internal politics, its influence over the broader country weakened. Power gradually shifted to noble families and warrior clans, leading to the rise of a feudal system. By the 12th century, military rule had taken hold under the shogunate, a system that would dominate Japan for the next 700 years. One of the first major tests of Japan's military resilience came in the late 13th century, when the Mongol Empire under Kublai Khan attempted to invade. Despite being outnumbered, Japan's samurai warriors held their ground, aided by the legendary kamikaze, or divine wind, a powerful typhoon that decimated the Mongol fleet. These victories solidified Japan's belief in its divine protection, but also placed immense strain on the shogunate's resources, ultimately leading to internal unrest and political upheaval. The 16th century marked a turning point in Japan's history with the arrival of Portuguese traders in 1543. Their introduction of firearms revolutionized warfare, enabling ambitious daimyos, or feudal lords, to gain an edge in battle. One such leader, Oda Nobunaga, harnessed this new technology to unify much of Japan before his assassination in 1582. His successor, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, completed the unification but died before securing a stable succession. This led to another power struggle, culminating in the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, where Tokugawa Ieyasu emerged victorious. His establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate in Edo, which is modern-day Tokyo, ushered in 2 centuries of peace and stability. To maintain this stability, the Tokugawa shogunate implemented the Sakoku policy in 1639, effectively closing Japan's doors to the outside world. Foreign trade was strictly limited to select partners such as the Dutch and Chinese through the port of Nagasaki. While Japan thrived domestically during this period, its isolation also meant missing out on the rapid advancements taking place in the rest of the world. This self-imposed seclusion came to an abrupt end in 1853 when Commodore Matthew Perry of the United States arrived with a fleet of warships, demanding Japan open its ports to foreign trade. Recognizing their technological disadvantage, the shogunate reluctantly agreed, leading to the gradual erosion of its authority. By 1868, Japan underwent a revolutionary political shift known as the Meiji Restoration, which restored imperial rule and set the country on a path toward modernization. Under Emperor Meiji's leadership, Japan rapidly industrialized, adopting Western military tactics, infrastructure, and education systems. The nation's modernization efforts bore fruit in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, as demonstrated by its victories in the First Sino-Japanese War, which took place from 1894 to 1895, and the Russo-Japanese War from 1904 to 1905. These triumphs firmly established Japan as a dominant power in Asia. Japan's imperial ambitions grew in the following decades, leading to its involvement in World War II. After launching a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, Japan engaged in a prolonged conflict with the Allied forces. However, the war ended in devastation when the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Japan surrendered shortly thereafter, marking the end of its militaristic expansion and the beginning of a new era. Post-war Japan underwent a period of reconstruction under American occupation, leading to the establishment of a democratic government and a shift towards economic growth. By the 1960s, Japan had transformed into a global economic powerhouse, excelling in automobile manufacturing technology and innovation. Today, Japan stands as a testament to resilience and progress, blending its rich history with modern advancements to become one of the most influential nations in the world. From isolation to globalization, Japan's journey is a testament to its adaptability, perseverance, and ingenuity. Through centuries of change, the nation has managed to preserve its cultural heritage while embracing the future, making it a truly unique and fascinating country on the world stage.